Welcome to Deep Thought. Stay calm when fear is projected. Stay calm. And when I say fear is projected, there's a lot of stuff out here where fear is projected to you. They got multiple things. Not just watching TV or watching the news, which the news, they project a lot of fear. One of the things I've been noticing is there's a lot of fear projected on social media, whether it's real or whether it's fake news, whatever. It's projected. I'm going to tell you what, one of the things that you have to do is stay calm. You have to stay at peace. In fact, on one of my Sunday videos recently, I talked about staying at peace. And it's very important because you have many days they want you to be fearful. Because when someone is fearful, they're not really in the right mindset. When someone is fearful, they're not going to do the things they need to do maybe to make money. When someone is fearful, they maybe not going to get that good relationship. When someone is fearful, they're going to look for forces outside of themselves to protect them from other days. That's how they control people. I want y'all to think about that. When you have one group of days they want control, they'll have you in fear of some other group who's not the group you should be worried about. But they projecting that. But if you stay calm, even when no matter what you see, you just say, oh, let me see what's happening. Oh, let me check it out. Oh, well, they faking with this. Or even if it's actually something that's actually happening, then when you stay in calm, when you stay in at peace, you can actually deal with that situation. You can deal with it. You're like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do. No matter what. Like, that's one of the things you always have people saying, well, this could happen, or we're going to have this. Like a big fear that's projected is always about the economy and something happening. I'm just like, figure out something. Like during, personally, I never have any fear because during like any economic projections, any recession projections, I've always made money. The only recession I noticed that I was conscious of was the last Great Recession. And even then, I looked back at it and I made money because I didn't have any fear. I didn't let the things going on make me fearful. I just worked hard and my mindset was, oh, I'm still going to make money. Notice how I connect everything together. But you got to stay calm. You got to stay calm. Indeed, I had read somewhere, and then it was actually a minister who said this, but then I read it too, where fear can actually make your IQ go down. I read that a couple places. It can make your IQ go down. That means you're not really thinking. You focus on whatever the object of the fear is, instead of focusing on being calm and looking at the big picture. See, whenever fear is projected to you and you can stay calm, you can deal with the situation. You can deal with it. You can stay calm. Like I used an example just around my house. The other day, my garbage disposal didn't come on. Now, I didn't get upset. I didn't think, oh, I need to call somebody. I stayed calm. And then for whatever reason, a fuse had blown. Fuse switch, it went off and I just switched it back on. But I stayed calm. And then another switch, it went off in my bedroom. And I stayed calm and I took care of it. Now I have to pay attention to that, but I'm still calm. I don't have fear of anything. I don't have like, oh, well, I got to spend money for this or that. That's the thing. Or are you dealing with people? Like people, you have try to project fear of different people. They'll say, oh, you should be afraid of them. But if you stay calm around them, like you have people they'll have you afraid of different races, different genders, different people. But what if you stay calm around them? And I've seen this. I've seen people women who weren't afraid of what a man could do, or blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asians. They weren't afraid of what another race could do. They stayed calm. They were able to deal with situations. Indeed, I remember on one of my 1,000 jobs, one of them was working as an investigator for defense attorneys. And I had to go in some bad neighborhoods. And I remember one neighborhood I went in, I'm taking some pictures. Had some guys come up to me. They were like, "Hey, what you taking pictures of?" And I could have been like, "Oh, wow, oh, these guys coming, oh, these." I was like, I was real calm. And I said, "Hey, I work for this defense attorney. I'm taking pictures. I'm trying to keep this dude out. I know this dude." And they like, "Yeah." And they got I was staying so calm. They were telling me some stuff. In fact, my uncle, may he rest in peace, he had been a police detective. And when he would catch people and interview them, he would just stay calm. And they would tell him stuff. They'd tell him about crimes he didn't even catch him for. It was like, look. And, I got to give him a shout out, because he had actually had a poor jailing record, because he was working as burglary. And he would say to him, "Hey, look, just give me the stuff back and I'll let you know something you can tell your attorney." And he was great at getting property back. People would get property back for him, because he would say, "Get me the property back, I'll make sure you don't go to prison." Boom. And he had a whole bunch of snitches. But that's another story. But what he did was just stay calm. If you're going through life, stay calm, stay at peace. You can handle stuff. When you talk about warriors, people sometimes will talk about like great martial artists. One thing I noticed about them, they would stay calm. They didn't walk around with fear. They would stay calm no matter what. And I've known some martial arts grand masters. They were always the calmest people. Think about warriors, people who could hurt you. Like, I knew one of them, he was one of the calmest individuals I ever met. Yet he's that person, he could just grab your pinky or something and have you writhing and stuff. But he was actually very calm. I'm gonna tell you what, it's a powerful, let me use the word again, powerful thing when you can stay calm no matter what's going on. Because yes, the theys are always projecting fear one way or the other, because they want to use it. But if you calm, that takes away their power. They can't manipulate you. And if you have a critical mass of people who can stay calm, well, you change a lot of stuff. Indeed, I would just say, without getting too much into socially everything happening, there's a lot of fear projected. But if you stay calm no matter what, you realize, wait, no, they ain't gonna do this. And trust me, there's a lot of fear projected. What people need to do is stay calm no matter what. I want y'all to think about that, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Think on this as always, and I'll get back with y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings.